Welcome to Our Daily Chews. I'm Lynn Clayton, a registered dietitian nutritionist, and your host for this podcast, where we talk all about food and simple, healthy living. I hope you sort fact from fiction with a research-based and common sense approach to nutrition science. Let's dig in. What is your most valuable asset? Is it your time, your health, your money, your family or friends, your home or real estate, your education? If you said my health, then you are in good company. Many people would rate their health number one or at least in the top three. So why is health so important? If you have all the time, financial assets, family, friends, and education in the world, but you don't have your health, you won't enjoy those things very long. And I'm not just talking about physical health. I'm referring to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. To be completely healthy, your whole being needs to experience total wellness. What does being healthy look like? With so much of our population experiencing chronic issues from anxiety and depression to diabetes and heart disease, it has been normal to think people are doing just fine if they're walking around going about their daily lives. But if you look below the surface, most people are struggling with at least one area of their health. I don't know anyone who has the perfect balance of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Why? Because it's hard to maintain. It takes deliberate effort on our part to take care of our body, our mind, and our soul. And that's my goal and purpose for Our Daily Chews. This podcast is to help people become more mindful and learn how to focus on and improve their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Because sometimes the reason we don't take care of our physical bodies is because we aren't mentally, emotionally, or spiritually healthy. So this leads to harmful behaviors and habits that can affect us physically. In today's episode, we're talking about food and the role it plays in our overall health. So first, food and the nutrients that food provides affect us physically. Our body requires a certain amount of water, protein, fat, carbohydrate, vitamins, and minerals to function properly. If we do not fuel our bodies well, then it will compensate for a while, but eventually the lack of nutrition will lead to sickness and disease. And sometimes this isn't reversible. It may become more serious than just getting over a cold if we neglect our health too long. Learning how to get a proper balance of nutrients from your food can give you improved health and vitality. It's not just about longevity, but about quality of life. Are you optimizing your health or letting it fade away? Don't take it for granted. Health can be fleeting, and once you lose it, it's really hard to get back. Second, food affects our mood. This can impact our mental outlook, which influences our perception of life. Are we happy and content or moody and blue? The foods we eat not only affect our mood, but also our sleep patterns and our energy levels. This impacts us throughout the day. On the other hand, our mood also impacts the foods that we choose to eat. And yes, there are circumstances that contribute to a change in our mood and mental outlook, but food either helps us cope with that or it can compound the problem, especially if we're eating junk. Supporting our physical body lifts our mood because we feel better, we look better, we have more energy, and we're inclined to tackle that to-do list, which provides us a sense of accomplishment and a pride in a job well done. So food does affect our mental health directly and indirectly. And third, food has an impact on our hormones, which can affect our emotions. All of us can feel different at times depending on our hormones. We see this more commonly in women due to greater hormone fluctuations, but hormone changes can affect anyone. If you've ever become emotional or overreacted and weren't sure why, that was probably hormones. It's not to say that your feelings aren't justified. It's just that exaggerated response may have had more to do with your emotional state. Anger can also be an exaggerated emotional response. Are your hormones out of balance? Are you providing the essential nutrients your body needs to make hormones? If not, it may be a struggle to feel in control of your emotions. And last but not least is our spiritual health. So how does food affect our spiritual health? Well, are you grateful for your food? Do you realize how blessed you are to have something to eat? There are people all around the world that would be thrilled to have just a little bit of what we eat in a day. Do you appreciate where the food came from? Someone somewhere had to grow or raise that food. Or maybe you grew your own. Do you appreciate the soil, the sun, and the rain that's needed? It's not just about having an attitude of gratitude for the thing, in this case, food itself, but knowing who deserves the gratitude for providing that thing. If I don't thank my God and Creator for the food He provided, then I'm missing out on a spiritual blessing. And if my spirit is lacking, I may be tempted to turn to the wrong things to fill it. Nourish your spirit by not taking your food for granted. Deuteronomy 8:3 says, "Man does not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Lord." And remember, even the best food in the world won't keep you alive forever. Making sure your soul is well goes way beyond your physical health. So if you feel that any aspect of your health, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, is lacking, look at your diet first. Is there something you're eating you don't need to? Are there foods you aren't eating that you should eat? Are you getting a variety of foods in different colors? Are you enjoying the food you're eating? Does it make you feel good, satisfied, and content? Or does it make you feel guilty, ashamed, or disgusted with yourself? Is your diet health promoting or disease causing? Do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually vibrant? Are you thankful for the food that you have and use it wisely? This is a constant struggle and a journey, not a destination. So join me each week as we explore how food plays a role in our total health. And I will mention our sponsor. This podcast is made available by Clayton Nutrition, a private medical nutrition therapy practice offering telehealth services for those needing nutrition therapy to prevent or treat or manage chronic illnesses. Whether it's diabetes, cardiovascular concerns, food allergies, or digestive issues, we focus on good nutrition for better health. Check out my resources, blog articles, and one-to-one nutrition services at claytonnutrition.com. All appointments are via telehealth for residents of North Carolina and Virginia. Some insurance plans are accepted. Discounts on supplements, some specialty labs, and other already approved items are available. So thank you for joining me today. Subscribe to this podcast and get notified of new episodes. Connect with me at ourdailychews.com. Until next time, to good health. This podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace the advice of your healthcare professional. I recommend you seek out help from a qualified professional who can work with you in your specific situation.